Good afternoon, this is Media Center, Ukraine, Odesa. Our next briefing is dedicated to Ukrainian insurance market and its changes during the first half of 2023. Our speaker is Denise Yastreb, General Director of the National Association of Insurers of Ukraine. Good afternoon, Denise. Thank you for being with us today. Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for sharing details about the Ukrainian insurance market. What are the main changes over the last 6 months of 2023? What has changed? Now I can say that there are no significant changes. The market is rather stable. And we've been growing a bit, taking into consideration the inflation in our country. But if we look at the indicators, we have reached the situation that we used to have in 2021. This means that we have been renewing and we are able to perform our function. I can say at once that today we can discuss the indicators of the participants of our association, because we do not have still the official numbers for the whole market. But when it comes to our participants, this is 80% of all insurance fees. And I think that these numbers really reflect the situation. I think that in the next 6 months we will fully restore to the situation as of 2021. It will be around 20 billion hryvnias of insurance fees, and the leaders of the sectors, this is a different type of the automobile insurance, they have been increasing faster than other sectors for almost 40%. And the voluntary medical healthcare insurance is the runner-up. And it grows not that fast, but still there is the growing trend. The same for paying insurance reimbursement. The numbers have been also increasing. This means that insuring companies pay more for these reimbursements, and perhaps this could be explained by inflation processes at the market. As for the number of contracts, we have not reached the levels before the full-scale invasion, but we still have a significant increase compared to last year and 2021. This is briefly about the main trends on the market. So the main trend is stability and growth. As for the business environment, how many companies have left the market over the period? Some insurance companies, they do leave the market, but these are mainly the companies with the Russian capital. The decision has been made, and during the last 6 months, 2 such companies have left the market. That was following the decisions of the National Bank. And also the National Bank having undertakings against the International Monetary Fund is finalizing the examination of these companies, its compliance, and also taking into consideration the new possibilities of payment, the covering with the assets they have, and these activities should have been over by the end of this year. The insurance companies are in active stage of preparing to the new legislation and new requirements that will face in the new year. We are waiting for the fully amended or updated legislation, and we are waiting for the information from the regulator, and the activities will be performed according to the new conditions. What does it mean for us, for our customers? The improved situation with the solvency, improved quality of services provided to the market. The market will become more transparent, and we can expect a lot of interesting things in the new year. Two companies have left the market because they had the Russian capital. Yes, the National Bank made a decision that they are related to Russia. They have Russian capital. That's why we had to say goodbye to those companies. Do you offer some new services at the insurance market? I can't say that these are new services because the process is not that fast. But we can see the start of the developing market with relation to military risks. More companies offer such protection for the owners of vehicles, apartments, natural persons who want to insure themselves in case of the emergency as the result of the war. And I think that over the next 6 months, such insurance coverage will only develop. And I can say that the state, the National Bank, the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine, the Cabinet of Ministers have been actively working to introduce mechanisms for ensuring military and political risks for SMEs and large companies as well as investors. And I think that in the upcoming year, we should expect some positive results, allowing to protect investments of investors and for them to be more sure about the Ukrainian market for many economic sectors. Last year, when we met with you several months ago, the most popular service was green card to insure those vehicles who cross the state border. Has anything changed now, or is it still the most popular type of insurance among Ukrainians? Green card is on the 4th place now among the main insurance types, and so it has lost some position, some points, but it is still rather popular. A lot of Ukrainians are still abroad. That's why this type of insurance is still popular, but it has changed its position comparing to other insurance types. Recently, we've seen the new conditions for reservation for agricultural enterprises for their employees not to be enrolled into the army. And one of the requirements is to have insured employees at the enterprises. And have farmers started applying for insurance services to reserve their employees. I'm happy that the state stimulates this area and insurance, and I can say that traditionally the insurance interest in the agrarian sector is rather high. And last year in summer, I heard a lot of people saying that there is demand for insuring employees and machinery in agrarian sectors, especially when it comes to harvesting period, the insurance against mining, etc. And I know that insurance companies have already started offering this product, and if it's stimulated by the state, then the sector will be developed. So insurance is the second objective, but first and foremost, we're talking here about the safe labor conditions for the representatives of the agrarian sector, and this will be a great stimulus. So as far as I understand, you do not see any surge in demand for insuring agrarian staff. Actually, throughout the history, I do not remember any surges in demand, because this is a gradual process, and we can speak about trends here. And if there is some encouragement for insurance fees, then we could expect a gradual development. So if it was offered in spring, closer to summer, then the result will be a bit later, because we receive information about the quarter. And the last question about novelties that we should expect from the 1st January next year. How it will be reflected upon your customers, those who insure their health, life, or cars. I can say that apart from general requirements to solvency, corporate management of insurance company, and internal management, there are changes that can be felt by customers, like the requirements to insurance agreements or contracts. The legislation introduces best practices of the European Union. The so-called IDD directive regulating provision of insurance services. Among the key things is the wide access to the information about insurers, about the insurance product, the conditions for agent payments. This directive envisages conditions for the disclosure of information about insurance in the simplified form. To compare this information for different insurance companies in key areas. For example, in Europe, such information is provided on 1-2 pages in the same format with the same requirements, like what people can have insured, how much they should pay for the service, and what could happen, what should happen for them not to get their money. And it is explained in plain, clear language. And I think this will be very important for the development of our market, and also for raising awareness about the products our customers buy in the insurance sector, and also how they should act in different situations. And also they will get information about the activities of the company, how they can address to the insurance companies. So there is the whole range of requirements to the information disclosed on the website or through personal communication with the insurance company or insurance agent. So every person will fill it the next year. Thank you, Denis. Thank you for being with us today. That was Denis Yastreb, the General Director of the National Association of Insurance of Ukraine. We will invite you later for you to share more information about novelties at the insurance market of Ukraine. Thank you, and see you. That was the last briefing in the media center, Ukraine, Odesa, for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow and for Thursday.